Hey guys, what's up? It's Josh. So for today's video, as you guys can see by the title, I wanted to talk about a couple things that I think you can do in order to get over some of those insecurities that you might have while you're at school. I have different insecurities than you. Like, one of my major insecurities going through school was that I never wanted to put my hand up in class because I always thought that my answer was the dumbest thing that like anybody has ever heard, and like I was scared that people were just gonna laugh at me, and then my teacher was gonna tell me that the answer was wrong, and I would just sit there in embarrassment, and that's just that's what I thought. However, after going through all of that and realizing that like sometimes people get things wrong and that's how you learn from your mistakes, I learned that it's not bad to put up your hand even if you don't know the answer, even if you're just guessing, and it's just a good way to like get yourself out there and to try new things and to learn new things. And getting over that insecurity of me putting my hand up and stuff was really hard, but eventually I got it, and it was one of the best things because then I wasn't afraid to ask questions. And if this sounds similar to what you're going through, or if you have insecurities at school, then I hope that this video can help you out. Let me know what you think, or if you have questions, I would love to answer them. Or if you don't want to leave a comment, give this video a thumbs up. But with that being said, here is the first thing that I think will be able to help you overcome insecurities at high school. So before I give you guys any of the tips, I'm gonna tell you guys an experience that I've had with each one of these like points that I'm gonna tell you guys, just so that you guys can picture it a little bit better. So the first way in order to get over some insecurities while you're at school, I think, is to always think about the most positive outcome. Like, ask yourself, what's the best that I could get out of this situation? So majority of the time when I was at school and I got a test, I would look at it and think that I'm probably gonna fail. I'm probably gonna get under 50%. And that is like the worst thing that you could possibly do when it comes to trying to get over insecurities. Like for me, I was insecure that I was never gonna get an A on a test. Like for me, I just thought that it was impossible. But what I did that changed, that really helped me out, was in grade 12, I would read all the questions out and I would think to myself, okay, I know at least some of the questions, and I think that I'll be able to get either a C or a B. And just like thinking like that and thinking more positive and thinking about like a positive outcome, it really made me just reconsider what I thought about how smart I was. And even though I wasn't the smartest kid in the class, the fact that I would look at something and just think about the most positive outcome really changed the way that I thought about a bunch of different things. And so don't try to think about all the things that are gonna go wrong. Try to think about all the things that are gonna go right. Second thing I came up with is organization. The reason that organization will help you overcome insecurities while you're at school is because you won't be stressed out and you'll have everything in front of you and organized so that you can see it and you don't have to worry. One thing that I would always do is I would always have everything all over the place. My locker was a storage space, my backpack was a storage space, my binders, I would mix everything all together, and basically I would lose well, I wouldn't lose it, but I would have it all in a bunch of different places so that it was really hard to find when I needed it. Also, I think getting school supplies is another thing that like you should be really organized about, because for me, I don't know, like I would be the last person to go and try to find school supplies at the store, and I would show up and there would be no mechanical pencils, it would be all the wooden ones that nobody wanted, it would be like all the paper that didn't have holes in it, it would be like the binders that were all the disgusting colors that nobody else really wanted, that you'd find like on a shelf that wasn't over by the school supplies. I had to go to school with the ugliest school supplies. So I learned over time that organization was something that I wasn't good at, that I had to learn, and then I eventually learned it, and I didn't have to worry as much, especially with textbooks too, like losing those and trying to find new ones and all that kind of stuff. I know that a lot of you guys might be going into college, and if you aren't in college yet, maybe one day you will get there. This is kind of crazy, but I spent in between $3,000 to $4,000 just on textbooks. Recently, I was talking to a website called Slugbooks. You guys have probably heard other YouTubers talk about Slugbooks before, because it is something that's really relevant and something that I think will be able to help you guys out. When I would spend $4,000 on textbooks, I didn't have anything else to like look at to compare a bunch of different textbooks together. Basically, that's what Slugbooks does. So you take an ISBN number off of whatever textbook you need, put it into the website, and it compares a bunch of them throughout different stores. So instead of spending $400 on a textbook, you might be able to find it for $10, and then you just saved yourself a bunch of money, which I don't really know who wouldn't want to do that. And so that's why I thought it would be a good idea to tell you guys about that, because Slugbooks does do that, and it just helps you save a bunch of money, and it makes it really easy to just see different prices of textbooks and stuff. So Slugbooks is a really good place to go and find them. So they did sponsor this video, and I wanted to just tell you guys about it because I thought it would be able to help you out. The link is in the description, so you can go and click on it there. there, and hope that is able to help you out. So moving into the next thing that I think will be able to help you overcome some insecurities in school is always remembering your good qualities. I would always focus like on the negative stuff, and I think that in order to overcome those insecurities, you really need to think about what you're good at and like the positive things that you have about yourself and what you like about yourself. That will only push you forward and getting rid of those insecurities. So just try to remember to be positive and remember all of the things that you love about yourself. And then I think once you start thinking like that, that will really be able to help you get over those insecurities. Next thing is do one thing every day that excites you. So the reason that I like this so much and the reason that I try to do this every day is because the more that you try, the more that you're gonna be able to accomplish. And I think that when you are trying new things all the time and you are accomplishing things, it gives you the ability to see in yourself that like you're actually capable of doing things that you didn't think you could do. One of my biggest fears growing up was heights. And so for me to eventually go bungee jumping and to want to go skydiving and to do all that kind of stuff, it definitely took me kind of like stepping out of my shoes and realizing, asking myself, why am I scared to do those things? Try to do something every day that excites you, that makes you happy, and just shows you that like you're able to accomplish something new. I feel like I'm talking really fast and I need to like slow it down. But another thing that I think will be able to really help you out when it comes to overcoming insecurities is to get as much information as you can. And like, let's say you're going to a party and you're insecure like that you don't know what's gonna be going on or who's gonna be there or if your crush is gonna be like, there's so many different things that if you are able to find those out, you're gonna be so much more comfortable going and you're not gonna feel insecure about certain things because you're already gonna know the answers. So more information that you can get about certain topics that you're really insecure about, the more you're gonna be able to understand them, and then that will give you the ability to really get over it. So the last thing that I came up with, and something that I think is important that maybe you guys already do or know or whatever, but I think that when you're insecure, you need to learn to not take yourself so seriously. I think that insecure people tend to like do something and then if they do it wrong, they just like hate themselves and they just can't believe that they did this and they're just so sad about it. And like once you learn to like laugh at yourself in certain situations and not take everything so seriously, that's when it feels like you're able to try new things or do different things and not feel so hard on yourself. So like I said, those are just my opinions. I went through every single thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about that's on this piece of paper. So I'm happy that I got to tell you guys that, and I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video because sometimes I think of things like when I went through high school that like if I didn't have somebody telling me them, I would have only learned by doing it myself. And sometimes like it's good to learn that way, but I also think that when you do get information from somebody else that maybe you would have never heard before, it's good to start thinking about that kind of stuff. Even if you don't use it, like you still have heard it before, you just have that knowledge. And so I just thought that I would tell you guys about this. And yeah, if it did help you out, let me know in the comments or give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you guys want to see something like completely different, go over to my vlog channel because I have a bunch of really fun, cool videos up there that I've been working on really hard. Also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you're new here, do that so that you get notified every time I upload videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I love you guys so much, and I will see you on Saturday for another video. Bye!